You know what I mean? We know the girl that he supposedly had, what's the girl in Aruba? Natalie Holloway, right? But the one, he just killed a girl in Peru. What's her name? Exactly. Look how fast you said Natalie. You said Natalie. Natalie Holloway, that angel. Y'all said that like Family Feud. All right, name a white girl been missing for 5 years in Aruba. Natalie Holloway. Survey says. Name a Peruvian girl that was killed yesterday. What is that big head third world Peruvian bitch's name?
A comic like him in today's cancel culture, in today's professional offendee environment, how would Patrice have navigated this?
Well,
in your opinion?
It's interesting, man. I think about this because he was on the verge of getting canceled before that was even a thing. He was so far ahead of his time, right? So there's a guy named Kevin Samuels, right? He's like a life coach, advice giver or something like that. And I guess he's got some fame or some notoriety recently because women will call and he'll just like shit on them, right? But like under the guise of helping them. So a woman will call him like, I want this kind of man. I got this going on. And he'll be like, well, you're like a 6, sweetheart. And then everyone gets up in arms and stuff like that. At the core is like he's trying to bring some accountability back, right? Or some kind of like expectations, some like realistic expectation setting back. But Patrice was already on that. And I think what he did was, and hopefully I'm answering the question. He went after women so hard that he was almost being labeled a misogynist. And I think it's because as great as he was, he had to realize at some point, I still have to sweeten this medicine a little bit. You know, I'm giving him this medicine a little too uncut, you know. And so I think he was just getting into, before he passed away, he was getting into a new realm where it's like, I'm still saying my truth, but I'll meet you halfway. I'm not going to like kowtow, but I'm going to say it at least, trim it down and say it at least in a way that's digestible. And I think he was getting there. So I think in this culture, if he had lived, he would be like Bill Burr, where his ascension, his greatness, his ability to communicate his ideas would have met at this summit with the cancel culture, and he would have won. Because he would have been able to say things that you couldn't take out of context. You know what I mean? Because he was so masterful with his words, and he already did he already knew how to live in the discomfort. I think, you know, Bill Burr survives because at the end of the day, his ability to convey a thought is greater than other people's ability to purposefully misinterpret that thought.
Yeah.
Which is not easy to do. Not at all. You have to go through nights and nights of people walking out, of people yelling, to get to that point where, greatest comics, somehow they find a way to avoid being taken out of context, which is really hard because people can just take any 10-second soundbite and make it look like something that is not. But I think he
put it in print where it looks the worst.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think he would have prevailed only because his fan base would have made sure too that anything he said was not taken like out of context and not like, you know, make sure he wasn't misquoted and everything like that. Because this guy, Kevin Samuels, I'm telling you about, he's catching a lot of flack, but then a lot of other people are like, well, we kind of like some of the stuff we agree with, you know what I mean? And I think even Trump, who you can disagree with, his power is that he's speaking to his base. And so you can't cancel him. You can't cancel him with his base. You can cancel him with your base, but he doesn't care about your base anyway. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I think Patrice would have had that kind of thing going on where it's like, people that rock with me,